Assalamualaikum everyone. We are Ammi and Khala, two sisters from Toronto, and my name is Tahura.
My name is Khala.
I am a mother to four beautiful girls, alhamdulillah.
And I'm a mom to
Wild.
I was gonna say beautiful, but I'm like, no, two boys. We'll just keep it at that.
We'll add a wild voice to that. But they are beautiful, alhamdulillah. We are starting this podcast mainly because
we've been talking about it for, I think, since our maternity leave, which was together.
Yes.
But we'll get into that later. Because obviously, like, if your sister, you FaceTime your sister for like hours and talk about everything and nothing at the same
literally
time.
everything.
Like, you could literally solve a lot of problems if you want to, but you just don't have the time because you're mom. And then we thought maybe we should just bring it to YouTube because...
Yeah, I mean, as it is, we're investing the time and energy in those FaceTime chats. Might as well put it out there so other women out there and other moms can relate to our experiences, our journey.
Okay, this is gonna be very casual. It's not gonna be too structured or anything. We just literally just wanna have a chat.
Yeah.
Like an actual FaceTime, like you would.
Yes, this is real-time FaceTime.
Real-time FaceTime. And we wanted to start the first episode talking about sisterhood and motherhood, and how motherhood has brought us
Closer
as sisters.
Yeah, and really strengthened our bond as sisters.
Yeah. And it was technically her motherhood. Okay, so I'm gonna start off. Actually, a little context. We grew up in a rich family, and we weren't as close growing up until we immigrated here, and we were still not close. Because you had your own group of friends, I had my own group of friends. But then, so we really got close after she became a mom. And that was how many years ago?
Almost 10 years ago, in 2016, actually, yes.
She's old.
No, I'm not old. So I have four girls, like I mentioned. The older two are twins. I gave birth to twins in 2016, and they were preemie as well. And I was also solo parenting for the major part of it. So that was very interesting to begin with, as someone who never had that experience of, being a mom, and let alone first-time mom, right?
But I did always have this question, which I never really asked her. I'm like, you know what, might as well just ask her, like, now and get the answer.
Put me on the spot.
Yeah, so what about being a mother made you want to open up to me? Because I have always been a cool sister. She just never saw it. She never really let me in as she did after she became a mom,
Okay, no, that's not 100% true, okay? I'm going to give you some context. Like my sister mentioned, we grew up in a joint family system. So my dad's sister's kids were living with us, and it was the five of us, like 5 cousins. We're all around the same age. And
shout out to Rana Sanatosi.
Yes, Rana Sanatosi, the OG crew. From the get-go, like, I don't know, for some reason, because of that dynamic of the joint family system, we never got that time to really bond as sisters.
And I was just always the younger sister who thinks she knows everything, but
yeah, and she was the nosy one. Also, I felt like she always paired up with one of my cousins, who's Rana, and the actual truth coming out now.
What the hell?
Right? This never happened. No, so listen.
What Rana would have what?
No. So I felt like Rana and Talha would always like team up. And for me inside, it was like, I had that jealous feeling that she is my sister.
You've never heard this.
Yeah, exactly. She's my sister.
Wow.
And
why aren't you taking my sister? You have me. Oh,
she's my sister. And exactly, that's 100% what I did. So Rana has a younger sister who's Samia. And so because Talha would team up with Rana, I would naturally team up with
they were
Samia.
still teaming up. We just got along better.
Yeah, see, getting along part, right? For me, it was like I want my sister to myself, but I felt like that just wasn't there. And I was always looking to fill that void. And then we came to Canada in 2020.
Yes, 2008.
Oh, right, 2008. Never mind. 2008, we came to Canada. But even after coming here, it was the first time ever that it was just the four of us, our parents and us two. And we didn't really know how to navigate that relationship alone. Because all our life, our brains were trained and wired to bond with everything else but ourselves.
Speak for yourself. Speak for yourself.
This is the truth.
No, this is your truth.
Yeah, my truth. After we came to Canada again, like she had her own group of friends, I had my own group of friends, and again, we never truly got to bond as sisters and just take that time and invest into our relationship. But I feel like as soon as I became a mother, obviously, she became a Khala for the first time, not one but two nieces, and I still remember the time when I broke her the news that like I was pregnant, and she actually figured it out before I even could tell her that.
This was at RAS convention. Okay, she calls me. No, I think it was one of the conventions in December. She calls me. She's like, "Oh, where are you?" I'm like, "Okay, I'm at this convention." She's like, "When are you gonna come home?" I'm like, "Why are you pregnant?"
Yeah.
She's like, "You suck." I'm like, "Well, if you say it like that."
After I broke her the news, I feel like the way she reacted, and also like after my kids were born, the way she just welcomed her nieces, like into her world. I felt like that was my opportunity to
also welcome me into yours.
Yeah, exactly. To welcome you back into my life, right? Welcome you into my life, because I never had that. I never had that opportunity. I felt, growing up, and I really wanted to seize that moment and just really appreciate the relationship of a sister, because now, alhamdulillah, we are best friends. We literally share anything and everything with each other.
A little too much. I know,
yeah, there's a lot of TMI there. But yeah, I think that's my truth. If you were to ask me, that's the lens that I see it from.
I think also the age thing, because I was 17 when you gave birth.
I was 23 when I gave birth, so you were around 20.
No, I was around 20. So yeah, I think she also started kind of seeing me as that little girl who is in people's business, and you saw me as more mature, which is, again, I have been mature.
No, I don't think it was the maturity part. I think, again, like growing up, we all knew that I was the naive or the dumb one. Okay, I'm going to accept
that.
Or naive, okay, because being born and brought up in a brown family as a first, the eldest daughter, I was a heavy people pleaser. And my sister, on the other hand, she knew how to set her boundaries, I would say.
Oh, yeah.
Yes and no. But like, she would speak her mind, right? She would speak her mind. And me being the people pleaser, I wouldn't do that. For me, it was, again, I think I was also scared for you that, oh my God, like, how are others going to react to what she's saying? Right? Like, yeah, I was scared because, like, every time she would answer someone back, I would be like, oh my God, like, this is gonna lead to something else.
I think it also kind of talks. It's like how people perceived you and me. You know how people talk. I think this is how people talk about you, especially when you're a child, does have a role to play in how you turn out. So everyone would kind of like tell, oh, Duba is like X, Y, and Z. Doha is like this, and like you kind of became that. You're like, oh, Duba is quiet. Like Duba is like whatever. Like, and you kind of shrunk yourself in that box.
Yeah.
And for me, it was always like, oh, Doha is like Vietnamese. Doha is like
Mupat,
or like Doha is like bold.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'll show you bold.
Yeah. No, literally, that becomes you. Okay, the narrative that you see growing up, it 100% translates into who you become as an adult. And speaking from experience,
which is why I think it's really important how you talk about your kids, not just
to them,
also to people around them when they are around.
Yes, that has a major effect on how they turn out. So, inshallah, we will do better with our kids.
It's a lot of growth, a lot of learning. But anyway, that's how we became closer after she became a mom, and now you know how. Let's talk about having kids, because you had kids at 23. That is a really, really young age. I mean, I got married at 25, and looking back at it, I'm like, that was still too young to get married even. So let's talk about it. Like, after you had kids, how did your life before and after change at that young age? Because I feel like a lot of people now are getting married really early and having kids really early. It's being romanticized, which I don't personally like. It's, in my opinion, it depends on who you are and the emotional maturity that you have and the financial Again, everything you have, like you need to, depends on who you are. But I think having kids really early can take a toll on marriage, to be completely honest. And also the person's identity if you're not already like rooted in identity.
I 100% agree with that. I think having kids will take a toll on your marriage. Doesn't matter if you have it early or late. But that again is a whole different topic in itself because it all depends upon how strong your relationship is with your spouse and how you guys are navigating that. Right? But then coming back to, how did my life change after I became a mom? I think I never really knew who I was truly as a person. Growing up, all I heard was like my sister mentioned, Dubai is this, Dubai is that. Like when she grows up, she's going to be XYZ, like
Doctor.
yeah, that's the narrative. Literally, I grew up with, right? Like from grade 3, I think every single person that used to ask me like, "What do you want to be when you grow up?" I would say I want to be a doctor, and that was only because that's the narrative I was fed from a very young age. That okay, this is the profession I have to go in, and if I don't, I'm gonna disappoint all the people around me.
That is so funny because like that's the only occupation that you had in your mind.
Exactly. I didn't know anything else. I didn't know better.
For me, I went through wanting to be a teacher, wanting to be a journalist, wanting to be a lawyer, like
politician.
Politician?
Politics. You wanted to get into politics.
I did want to. Yeah, I wanted to get into law, but that's just slow money. And yeah, even for like that, my mind got to like explore those ideas. For her mind, she never even got to explore those ideas. Like it was fed into her, like, okay, you are smart, you're book smart, and you need to become a doctor.
Yeah, other like that's the only way to succeed in life, right? And do well. But yeah, so I didn't really know who I was as a person. I never got to explore that part of me, just discovering myself. And I got married at 21, jumped into motherhood by 23. So as soon as the kids came into the picture, my time and energy and resources were fully invested into just raising my kids. And also, like I mentioned, I was solo parenting for the most part. So I was literally in survival mode, especially the first 3 years of my life with the twins. Like now that I think back, I don't even know where that time went. It's all a blur to me. People always till date ask me like, "We don't know how you did it." I'm like, I don't know myself.
Yeah.
I don't know how I did it.
I do want to talk about my reflection on her becoming a mother and like the kind of person I saw that after she became a mother. Obviously, the resilience and strength and everything that comes with motherhood, that women just have no choice but to own up to or like stand up to. But I also felt like you became numb.
I did, yes.
You became really, really numb. Like I would see you and like it would feel like it's like a lash, like you're like a dead body. Like
yeah.
I think not that's like a little too dark.
Yeah, like I was numb because again, like I was purely in survival mode. Like
there was no light
yeah,
in her eyes,
yeah,
or even behind her eyes. Like there was no light there, and that was kind of scary because that made me like maybe subconsciously not want to
have
even
kids.
think. Yeah, not even want to like think about
Marry.
having kids. I'm like, oh my god, like having kids was never really like, oh my god, I want to have kids. I want to be a mom because one, like you as a brown person, especially from back home, you see women sacrifice everything, their identity, their health, their friendship, so like all that to become a mother. And then I saw that in like real time in this day and age, and I'm like, oh, it's still gonna be like that.
Yeah. I think also because that's what we saw growing up, right? That's what I took on, when I first became a mother. That okay, like I have kids now, like everything I have is going to be dedicated towards them. Like that was the only focus in my life. But alhamdulillah, like after they were a year old, like I did, look into courses and I did some courses for myself because I wanted to work from home and not just dedicate everything.
But that was also like survival. Like that was to get a job. Like
that was to get a job again.
That wasn't to build
to be
your identity.
Financially independent, right?
Which is fine. Like obviously, like
yeah,
it's in a realistic way. You need to survive, and a lot of people don't have the time for like 5 different hobbies while you're doing a full-time job of raising kids.
Yeah.
And sometimes your job is your identity, and that was the case for me after I gave birth.
Yeah.
I do want to ask, how did you feel like you saw a change in your friendships and relationships in general around you after you became a mom? Like I know like you became closer to me,
Yes.
which is a good thing.
Yeah.
I feel like you also became closer to mom.
I did, yes. I think that also comes with just appreciating the fact that, you're a mother, so you're firsthand seeing what goes into it to raising kids, like making sure they're fed, they're clothed, they are brought up with certain values, and like just to see that in real time, that just makes you appreciate your mother more and everything that she has done and sacrificed for us as kids, and till date she keeps on doing it.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I just a little brief whatever. I live with my mom right now, with me, my husband, my kids, mom and dad, and I couldn't. No matter how many duas that come out of my mouth and my heart, not enough.
Yeah, may Allah give her a long and healthy life.
Ammi, so she can continue taking care of her grandchildren.
Yeah, so alhamdulillah, the relationship with you and mom changed in a positive way. With my friends, I feel like they were on a whole different journey. Like they were in a whole different chapter of their lives. I was the first one in my group to get married. And like we would still meet here and there, but I felt like somewhere along the way it was almost like we grew apart.
Yeah.
Like they're doing something else that's totally different, and I'm here, raising kids. I was just not the same person. Biologically, yes, I had changed.
Yeah.
I think by like after I became a mom at 23, by 25, I want to say that's when my prefrontal cortex, I guess, that was like, like fully developed. So that's when I really started to, start setting soft boundaries, I want to say. Taking a stand for my kids,
Okay.
where if and when needed. But then I didn't truly emerge as my true authentic self until I hit 30, and that.
Well, that was
that was a big transformation.
Yeah, there's a whole podcast episode
dedicated to just
that transformation, that awakening needs to be studied, and we will study it.
And I think that's also when I started digging deeper into Islam, or just like familiarizing myself more and learning more about our faith, and strengthening my roots as a Muslim. So, a lot of changes started to happen around that time, and alhamdulillah, for the better. Yeah, I think we just grew apart as friends. Not to say that like I don't like seeing my friends, or I didn't like seeing my friends. But again, I feel like they don't relate to me, and I don't relate to them. Vice versa. Like, yeah, just even let's say, for example, the jokes we used to crack up, like they will not make me laugh at this moment in time, but it might still have that effect on them.
Yeah.
And it's not a bad thing or a wrong thing that I'm saying, but again, like like
just different people.
that again is also something that we were never exposed to, or we never really heard, that like your friendships are not going to be there to stay with you forever, right?
Yeah, it was always like, oh, once you have kids, like you don't really have friends, like your kids are everything.
Yeah. But again, like I do have other women who are my friends, but they are also moms at this point, and I feel like they relate more to me, more to my journey, more to my experiences, compared to the friends that I had in high school and university.
Yeah.
So that's that.
For me, after I became a mom when I was 26. I think that's what happened when I was 26.
Yeah.
No, I got married at 25.
Yeah.
27.
Yeah.
27. Let's say 27. I kind of fell into like this identity crisis after becoming a mom. I was.
I think you had postpartum depression, like low key.
Maybe, yeah, 'cause,
Yeah.
it shows up in so many different ways that like I never, in my head I'm like, okay, like I will know how to spot it.
Yeah.
But I didn't know how to spot it. I know I had postpartum blues with Yusuf.
Yeah.
And that I could tell, and that lasted like quite a while. But
And shout out to social media for all the awareness.
Yeah, but with Kareem, like I remember I kind of rushed back to work like 6 months postpartum.
Yeah.
Even though in Canada we're blessed to have like a year or 12-month and 18-month mat leave. But I was like, no, I need to like have that part of my identity back to me, because I did not like the identity of becoming a mom. Because again, you grew up seeing like when to become a mom, you're expected to sacrifice everything. You're expected to just not be who you are. You can't have the same dreams, same goals, or like your life.
You're just slaving away your life.
Yeah, it's like pretty much it. And I'm like, I don't like it. Like I don't want. Not that.
That's the thing that was romanticized about motherhood for us,
Yeah.
right?
And like I feel bad saying it's like. I don't want to say like, oh, I don't like being a mom, but I didn't like it. I did not like becoming a mother. I loved my child.
Yeah.
I took care of my child. I
You
played with
just
my child.
didn't like who you were becoming as a person.
No, I just didn't like the identity. I didn't
Yeah.
like the identity of motherhood associated with me because I wanted to like have so much distance between that and me. I'm like, that's not who I am. So I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna go back to work 6 months sooner. And I did, even though I have been a really extrovert person.
I was just gonna say that she has always been like the extrovert, the outgoing one, right?
Yeah, but
every weekend she'd be out with her friends.
Dude, every other day.
Yeah.
I needed that social thing to charge my social battery and just like charge me up, mentally.
And I think that had a major effect on how your postpartum would.
Yeah, because we also moved like an hour away from the city and I don't have a license, so I was kind of dependent on my husband to take me anywhere and everywhere. And with the kid, like you don't just go out as much, especially when you're first mom.
Yeah. Especially in those first few months.
Yeah, and even when I did meet my friends, because I do have like, oh my god, I do have friends who like they always try to make like follow up and be like, hey, how you doing? Come meet. Shout out to like who you are, you guys know who you are. And majority of them are not mothers, but there's also a mom in there.
Yeah.
But even if I do meet with them, I feel like it took me a while to be like, okay, like I can
be yourself.
Yeah,
be that same
like I would be
you.
with them, but I wouldn't be in the same room with them mentally. Like I would still be like, oh my god, like I don't know what to talk about. Like, because obviously they would need a lot more than I would. And then like even with like my regular friends and Sabia people, like it would just be me ranting.
Mm-hmm.
Like even till this day, I meet Sabia and I'm just like ranting away, and she just like.
And shout out to those friends who actually just become your safe space to let everything out. We need that. We need more of that in our community, in our society, I feel like.
Yeah, but second time around, I really embraced motherhood. I took a full 12-month mat leave. I loved being a mother because I realized that it's up to you. It's up to you how motherhood is, how you want motherhood to be. It's up to you to break those cycles.
Yeah, and also on that note, I do want to mention that my younger two and her two kids are very close in age.
Oh my god, yeah.
So my toddler, my third child, she is 3 weeks older than her older son.
Yeah, beginning of Feb, end of Feb.
Yes, and my fourth kid and her second born, they are 6 months apart.
Yeah.
So
that actually has a really big part to play in how
yes.
my
I
pregnancy
honestly
and postpartum has been.
cherished my last two pregnancies so much because I had her as a partner, and just to go through that journey again of being pregnant, being a mother, going through postpartum, she was there because she could relate to what I was going through, and I was there
in
for her
real
because
time.
I could relate to what she is going through. And I think that's
like this is the biggest, but like so like my god,
yeah. I feel like I want to tear up and cry about that time.
I can't. Can you imagine if we didn't have that?
No.
Like you didn't have it for your first
I didn't have it
pregnancy,
for
and
my
I'm sure
first,
like you felt the difference.
No, it was so different. Like day and night.
You actually could.
No, alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah for the blessings. But yeah, I think growing up, it's going to be very interesting to see that we always grew up with cousins. So them growing up with their cousins who are like, again, their age is going to be such a beautiful relationship to see, to flourish, inshallah.
Yeah. To kind of like sum this part up, I do think it's really important to continue to invest in your friendships, even if you don't feel like it. Also, like pick quality friends, even before you get married, before you have kids. Like while you're like in your teens, pick quality friends because it will really matter like how they show up for you and if they show up for you after you get married and you have kids.
100%.
There's actually research. I'm just gonna read like these two. Okay. Research shows that women's social ties, like female friendships, provide unique psychological and physical health benefits, like reduced stress, better immune health, and physical. Can you imagine?
Yeah.
That's like, who would have thought I mean,
It's
it's
crazy.
actually not crazy to think because we are social beings. Like God created us
Yeah.
as social beings. So,
And emotional beings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is why you need to have that community and like, yeah, like we have each other, but you need more. Okay, you need more.
No, 100% yes. So not gonna lie, I'm at a point in my life also right now that yes, you know, like I have my sister for everything. I literally run to her for anything and everything. But then I'm also trying to strengthen my friendships outside of this relationship because I don't know I don't know about you, but like for me it's like I don't always want to be dumping on you, right?
Not just dumping, but
not just yeah, but like
I feel like when I come to you with something, I know what you're gonna say.
Yeah, like so you need that other outlet. You know, you need.
Think of it this way. It's like you're reading a textbook sort of thing, right? And like this textbook has certain message, certain like you can't even open up yourself like intellectually if you're just dumping and like talking to one person about anything and everything and the rest of your life.
Yeah.
You don't grow as a person. You need to meet people. You need to like meet people who maybe not agree with you. You know?
Yeah. And honestly, that really, the way our brains are made, subhanAllah, you know, like it strengthens your neural pathways and reshapes them, rewires them.
Yeah.
Because you need that rewiring, you know, every now and then. Otherwise, like it's like again the mundane thing, and then you're like, okay, you're not even looking forward to it anymore.
Yeah. So how are you? How are you making time for the female friendships and just yourself in this stage of motherhood?
Honestly, like life is just so busy right now with work, kids. But I'm making sure at least, you know, like once in a while on the weekends, I take some time out and catch up with my other friends that I'm trying to grow and strengthen my relationship with. I still need to make plans with a lot of other friends that I have made online. Alhamdulillah, again, you know, like we are blessed with social media and the power when it's used in the right way. I have a beautiful, beautiful community of mothers that I have really connected with online and become friends with, you know, and I hope to catch up with you guys soon in person, inshallah. And yeah, I think I'm more intentional and more mindful of making that time for me and that friend and just setting that time apart because I know I need to refuel myself. I know I need to invest that back into myself, otherwise I'm just gonna rinse it.
I look cute.
You haven't even taken a sip of that.
I feel it.
You might as well taste it.
Not bad actually.
What is this off?
Yeah.
It's better when it's warmer.
They actually came out with the Biscoff collection now. They have a Biscoff.
Interesting.
Biscoff donut.
Nothing will beat my Biscoff though. Like I'm sorry, but
She gets into coffee like 5 minutes ago and like she thinks she's like some coffee like
barista?
Yeah.
No, actually low key maybe.
Maybe. You know what? Yeah. We want to open a coffee shop in the future as well.
There's a lot of business ideas that are sitting right here.
Yeah. Yeah. One of the ways I'm making, well, actually, I'm trying to make time for myself with my friendships in a lot of ways, which is why I feel like this is a pattern with me. I want to do like a bunch of things together because I have like this list of things I want to do and I just do them all simultaneously and I kind of like burn out. So right now, I started a mom's book club.
Shout out to her.
Through a Muslim community that I was already a part of, Toronto Muslims. And we're having a first meet this weekend.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Am I invited?
have you read the book?
No.
I mean, you can
But come on, maybe I can be the organizer.
Yeah, you can do the event planner. We're actually, if you want, if you're free, you can bring Sophia. It's happening Sunday, November 9th, at the local in Mississauga.
Oh.
Yeah, 12 p.m. No, 12 p.m. Yeah, 12 p.m. That's part of it. I am trying to intentionally, like, at least meet my friends, like, twice a month or so, like, because I do have different groups of friends, and there are some groups I think more often than not, because, again, like, depends on, like, who's available and when and whatnot, and how much coordination it takes, really. Oh, I'm going to Awesome Monsters concert, by the way. It's happening November 20th.
Are you going for sure?
I booked my tickets.
Oh, nice.
Booked my tickets as soon as I got that email. Like, I'm actually so excited. But yeah, just like doing things that.
But you have been to a concert before, though.
I've been to Atif Hassan's concert. Not Asim concert.
Not the one that just happened.
Yeah. And I think him and Ahani are back together. That's what the rumors are, but that's
I don't
podcast.
even know what you're talking about.
Oh my god. Okay. Anyway, just like doing things for filling my own cup. Like you need to invest in your friendships. You need to invest in your sisters. Your sisters who are your friends who become your sisters. Like all that
Yes.
stuff. But honestly, like even like your mom, I feel like because we were kind of like physically and emotionally distant from mom growing up,
Yeah.
it takes a lot to have that like cuddly relation. Not cuddly.
You know, funny
relationship.
enough, like even till date, I don't think. I mean, sometimes these days I do, but like even just to say I love you to your mom.
Oh god.
You know, like I will text her. I will come easy on text.
I don't even think I've done that on text.
But like you know, like I think in person I've done it a couple times, but like
Oh my God,
still
you have?
it takes a lot of work to do that because again you just weren't brought up like that.
Like, but her loves. I know her love language is acts of service
Yes.
to do for others, and I feel like that's also become a part of our love language. Like the way I show mom that I love her is by, either doing stuff for her. Well, she does more stuff for me than I do for her. But money. Like you buy stuff. That's
But you know what's interesting though? I feel like as a grandmother, she's different than she was as a mother.
Yeah, that's normal.
Yeah, that is normal. But again, like you're seeing a whole different version of her than what you saw growing up, and it's a nice refresh actually.
But she's also in a different phase of her life.
Yeah,
She's not
yeah.
here trying to like survive and like raise kids and make sure like there's roof on everyone's head. Like she's in a different phase. Like alhamdulillah, like, you're settled. Your kids are like settled. You have kids. Like you're calmer. You're not stressing about survival. So you're gonna show up as a different person, and I think we'll show up as different people when we become grandparents, inshallah.
Can you imagine?
But yeah. Well, that's it.
Yeah, I think we'll wrap it up. We don't want to prolong
Yes.
this too much. As you can tell, we have a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
There will be a lot of episodes with very interesting topics.
Yeah.
Also, feel free to let us know if you want us to touch on any topics. If you are someone of South Asian descent and there are some experiences that you might want to share with us to enlighten on this podcast, feel free to do that.
Yes, please do. And I do feel like we have a lot of ideas when it comes to what we want to talk about. We touched on postpartum like briefly, not even like a tip in the water sort of a thing.
Yeah, there's a lot of stories.
Yeah, and delivery,
Traumatic.
there's a lot.
experiences.
There's a lot to unpack. There's also something I want to talk about personally, which I think we should do sooner. Living with hormonal imbalances in a brown household.
Yeah.
And like we have all these ideas of talking about like
A lot of taboo topics that we will touch on
Yeah. Can we?
and dive deeper into it.
Oh, one of the other ways we're showing up is by doing this right now, like this podcast. Just like
You got to make time.
Dude, especially oh my god, the freaking daylight saving thing.
Yeah, it messes
One
you up.
day?
Yeah.
I was depressed the entire day.
I think the reason I woke up today thinking that, oh my god, like I literally wanted to cry, and I told her that my body is aching and I just wanted to cry as soon as I woke up because that also takes a toll on you. I forgot.
Yeah, no, I was
just 1 hour.
I was actually depressed, like legit depressed,
Yeah.
and I'm like, I need this podcast to happen because I need to have like a passion project or side
Something
project,
to look forward to.
which I'm passionate about. So, dude, like it's bumping about 5 o'clock.
Yeah, it's crazy.
God,
I mean, it's good in a way that you get all your solas and back to back to back, but it's depressing. It's depressing as hell. And so yeah, this is also a reminder that if you want to do something, go do it. Don't put it on the back burner. Don't wait on everything to be perfect, everything to be aligned. Just start somewhere, and things will fall in place, inshallah. On that note, we are going to take a leave. We're
sorry.
All right.
Thank you guys so much for watching us, and please subscribe and follow our socials, which will be listed right here.
Yes.
Oh, we can do this right now. I've been wanting to be a YouTuber
Also-
since I was like 13 years old. This is good.
Also, let us know how you like this episode
Yes.
and what you want to see next.